Alright, what's going on, guys? I just want to kind of give a little bit of an update while I'm cruising to work. I don't know why it's doing that. So the update being the channel's direction, some of my plans, and why, like, what are the reasons that my car did not make the shootout this year. Which is, like, obviously the most important event to me in the entire year. So, like, you know, obviously I wanted my car there. I think I've mentioned this before. So, basically, we'll start with the direction of the channel. So we have, obviously, Memphis. He's in a lot of the videos now. We hang out pretty often. We work the same shift. Obviously, the videos are kind of, few and far between. I posted the shootout videos, I did that mini bike video, and there's more videos to come on the mini bike, but I'm trying to focus my work on the Talon, but I just can't ever get anything done if I'm filming. Like, I just can't. So, basically, what I'm trying to say is for one, the Talon content doesn't do very good. The shootout videos did good. The lawnmower video, obviously, I'm not doing anything drastic to the mower, so it's not really, gonna catch any attention. I'm basically just pulling it apart, and it's just been sitting there since. I'm gonna get to it eventually, and same with the go-kart. I did a short on fixing the engine plate for the go-kart. I'm getting there. It's a lot of projects when you just started a new job, and I'm not making the greatest money yet, but we'll get there eventually. So kind of the plan for the mower was to do a 2-stroke snowmobile engine. Is that still going to happen? I don't know. It's kind of complicated because you need a jack shaft, and you got to swap the rear axle, which I'm planning on swapping the rear axle most likely anyway, but if I ran just a regular horizontal shaft engine in there, I could run it straight from the crankshaft with that drive shaft that it had on it to the back, technically, and use the factory transmission. Now, am I going to do that? I don't know, because at the end of the day, I could just put a clutch on the motor with a chain and just swap a go-kart live axle in the back of it and call it a day. But this is getting off topic. So, where the channel is going, obviously I have all of these, count on one hand probably how many projects I have that are not car related. I think I actually literally have 5. I have the mower, I have the go-kart, I have the mini bike, I have the scrambler, and I have the Outlaw. Which you haven't seen much of the Outlaw because, well, it blew a head gasket at the last trail riding event that I did last year. My buddies and me and my friend got it together. I was trying to focus my money towards the Talon, just didn't put any time into it. So that same friend, he took the 4-wheeler and he is fixing it. Unfortunately, something happened. One of the valve lash adjusters came loose, and the nut came off, and it locked the engine up and broke the timing chain. So that thing's just becoming a money pit, unfortunately. I've put 2 starters in it. I've put a brand new battery in it, even though it had a brand new battery in it. The one in it just died. Tons of carburetor work, rear axle, tires, just the whole gasket kit that I bought for it, and the company didn't send me everything with it, and then was basically trying to tell me some BS about it, which is ridiculous. So they refunded me the money for just the thing that they didn't give me, and they were giving me a hard time about that. So yeah, then this most recent event just happened, and he said that it was running really good before that. So now I have to spend $100 on a timing chain and a gasket kit again. So that's kind of where that is. And the Scrambler, thing's a unit, runs great. And I guess the Camaro is kind of what we come to, because you guys are going to be getting an update video on the mini bike soon, and the go-kart that I have, I'll be getting an engine for that eventually here. I'm thinking diesel swap, be kind of cool, roll some coal, but that's besides the point. So basically what I'm getting at here is the Camaro and kind of what happened with the Talon not making it to the shootout. Okay, so the Camaro. We'll just start with this, because you guys haven't heard anything about that thing since the LS video. So I have kind of decided that I'm going to change the direction of the Camaro build. Now, where I'm going with this, it's kind of what I wanted to do all along, but I convinced myself that because LS platform is so much more common, that it would just be the best thing for it. It'd be the easiest thing. Well, when you're building an LS, you really quickly realize that they are way more expensive to build than people like to say that they are. Now, you can always, just put that sucker in there stock and strap a turbo to it, but one, what are you going to do to control the engine? Because I bought mine, the guy had the harness with it and everything, but I told him that I did not want it, because I was just going to do a carbureted, cammed LS that possibly eventually would do a blow-through carb setup on. Well, that did not end up happening the way that I wanted, because carbureted intake is a couple $100. The MSD controller kit for the coils and the crank and cam position and everything, it's like $600. I mean, it's literally just like 500 here, 500 there. I mean, you're just pissing money away like nothing. And I get it, that's affordable for some people, but when you got two project cars and you're trying to more or less, I guess I'm trying to say, focus on one as a more expensive build and one as more of a budget build, you can't spend a bunch on both. And the Talon is the more expensive build. I mean, it just is, because there's no easy way out with them. They're just, the DSMs are just expensive. LSs are supposed to be cheap. Small blocks are supposed to be cheap. But any small block that I've ever messed with, I swear that it's just problems. And I'm probably the problem. But, I mean, mine overheated constantly, no matter what the timing was. It just always had overheating problems, and you couldn't even drive it around. And obviously I wanted to put the EFI, I did put the EFI and the turbo on it. The FiTech unit fried, because FiTech is trash. Don't buy them, they're junk. You should buy a Sniper and call it a day if you're going to do it. And then I tried to build my own turbo kit, which it actually worked. The car made boost, but the FiTech fried itself after one drive. I don't know why. Junk. So what I'm getting at here is the Camaro is going to most likely, I'm saying most likely because I don't know, I might change my mind. But what I want it to have is a Vortec or Atlas 4200, which is a 4.2 liter inline six that was in the Buick Rainier, the GMC Envoy, and the Chevy Trailblazer. Super stout motor, Nivlac 57. He's done tons with those engines. I mean, been in the 8s with those engines. Back in 2005, he showed the first ever like drag week. A shop built one of those engines for a like Chevy 2 or something like that. I think it was in, and it ran 8s back in 2005. I mean, it's been known that these engines are pretty disgusting, but they call it the Amarabara because the Barra in Australia is like a disgusting big cubic inch inline six, as to where the 2JZ and like your RBs and your B58s and all that stuff, they're quite a bit smaller. 4.2 liters is a big inline six. I mean, you're talking, I think the RB is a 2.6 and the 2J I think is a 3 liter. I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, there's kits where by Atlas Industries where you can adapt the bell housing to GM transmissions that'll basically bolt to an LS. I have a turbo 350 on my small block. Needs a little bit of attention, but I can easily run that. And then there is a torque converter adapter. I can't remember the company's name, but there's that. If you get one of the later engines, you can, they run the transmission, they have a 4L60E, they run the transmission with a TCU, not the ECU, which is good. So if you get an 08 or 09 engine, they're supposed to be the better ones according to everybody. The original ones have a stronger crankshaft because they're fully counterweighted. You can do a hybrid with them. I think you can put the newer style head, because I guess the head flows a lot better on the older one, or the newer ones. And then you can run the bottom end. Here's the problem though. If you get the older style engine, they have a different style crank trigger wheel on the crankshaft. The 08 and 09s, which is the last year's, they use a 58X like an LS, and the ECU that it uses is the same one that's used on the LS vehicles, like the Corvettes and stuff of that time. So they're super tunable with like HP tuners. So that's like ideal for most people, but they're hard to find and people want more money for them, which is understandable. But I am looking for something where I can just buy it and throw it, just replace the timing chains, replace the head gasket, basic stuff, throw it in there, make a custom turbo manifold, and send it. I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at. I think it'd be badass to have something like this. I mean, especially in a 4th gen Camaro, like that's very unique. And I always thought it'd be cool, like Cooper Baghetti with his trailer park Supra or whatever. It's literally has a 2J in it, but I think that it keeps it a lot more original and a lot cooler for the trailer park Supra to be a Vortec 4200, which are easily capable of making 6, 7, 800 horsepower. And I don't know, it's just kind of food for thought, you know. I don't know what exactly it looks like. Like I said, it'd be better for me to find a later engine. You can use the factory ECU from like the middle years, I think it's 05 to 07. Their ECU is decently tunable, but you have to run a MAF, I guess. You can't run speed density, you can't change it. So that's kind of, it's like a rock and a hard place. You gotta basically pick your poison. So anyway, that's the Camaro situation. Now for the Talon situation, which, just understand, there is no bad blood or hate here. This is just honesty. This is just me telling you what happened and why I'm just kind of irritated with the situation. So let's just start off. Okay, so I send my wiring harness out to basically be used as like a mock-up to see where things need to go, and you know, that's fine. So I did that, and I never really got a timeline of when my harness was going to be done, which I guess you could see as a red flag. So fast forward to now. The harness is nice, but things in the wrong place, the wrong connectors. I wasn't asked questions about what I needed. Then being told that, oh, well, doing it this way is better anyway. And like, that's not the way to run some sort of business. I mean, I don't know. And again, there's no bad blood or hate or anything. I still don't have my OEM harness. It is lost in the mail somewhere, just like the aftermarket harness that I spent $1,000+ on got lost in the mail. Probably the main reason I didn't make the shootout, and I just lost motivation in even trying because I didn't want to rush. If I would have had it a month before I did, I probably would have had 2 months to figure it out for the shootout, you know. But now, I mean, I'm putting a lot of work in still off camera, but you know, if I would have had it, like, I mean, realistically, I should have had it a lot sooner. There's just a whole bunch of things that I won't get into that happened, and I'm not going to say the business or anything, because you know, the guy, he did it, you know, he's ended up figuring things out, but it's just one of those things. So I think from now on, I will be going either stripping down OEM harnesses and just repinning and lengthening wires and putting new connectors that I need on things, rather than having someone do it for me. Honestly, I would rather just learn how to do it myself, and then I can do it on any build in the future, rather than sending it somewhere. Because the problem is you're just gonna, I mean, you know, I waited so long for my harness that, you know, I had to wait to do other things on my car because I didn't have my harness. You know, like, it's just one of those things where you know, you want to be mad about it, but at the same time, you know, well, now I got my stuff, but still, it's just kind of irritating. So I was actively wiring today, getting stuff done. I'm pretty close to being done with the wiring. There's a few more things I need to do. David Oskim did my hood exit, which I will show when it's actually done. Excuse me. I have to return it to him so he can trim where I have it marked, so it'll be flush with the hood, because I took it and trimmed the hole out in my hood with it before it was cut shorter, because obviously you're going to need to know where to do it. So that's going to be pretty sick. I need to get a GM-IAT bung welded. That's like the last fabrication thing. Intercooler piping's done after that, then I just got to get everything placed. I got to order some Motion Race Works push to connect fittings and line for everything, and then that's pretty much it for the Talon. I bought Gallant knuckles and swapped the Brembos on, as you guys saw, and one of the knuckles is bent, whether the guy that sold them to me knew or not. It's really, really irritating because, sorry, I'm dealing with stupid people in traffic. It's just annoying because I spent $400 on them, and like I said, whether the guy knew or not, I told him that there was a bent knuckle in the knuckles he sent, and then he never responded to me. So, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to refund me or anything like that because it's a Facebook Marketplace deal, but, you know, it's still one of those things where I would have been happier if he would have said, like, oh, dang, man, I didn't know. You know, you could have lied to my face or told me the truth, and I would have been happier than just no response at all. But yeah, so that's where the Talon is. I'm just going to put factory knuckles back on it and likely run the FIBA Motorsports billet front calipers, and I screwed up my rear backing plates to mount the Evo 10 Brembos because you have to waller the holes out bigger. So he's telling me that pretty soon here they're doing like R&D on some rear backing plates that are stainless, I think. So definitely be buying those over OEM ones because people will charge you an arm and a leg for OEM ones just because they're hard to find. So yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna end that here. I'm almost to work. I just wanted to kind of do an update video because, well, my situation is just kind of rough right now. I think I'm gonna get the Camaro out of its little rut that it's in pretty soon here and take it and spray it off, and then probably pull the small block out of it and the trans as well, and then get the trans and just have a look at it and see what needs fixed because it was leaking like a sieve. And then, yeah, that's basically it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for the support. 415 subs or something like that. So have a good one.